Give us
I'll
a name,
take
Mom.
that shit. All right.
We bunch of
Welcome
broke
back
bitches.
to the Bonsai Movie Crew.
Yeah.
So, what? I'm lost. I just totally lost my train of thought. I don't
We
know.
just started.
Yeah, I know.
It's been a long
This is
day.
gonna
You're
be a-
Joseph.
it's gonna be a
That's
good
your
day.
name.
You're Joseph.
I'm Joseph.
Madison.
Madison.
Karen.
Karen.
I'm Eric.
That's Eric.
Right.
I knew all those names before they said them.
I should have called myself Karen. You should have been Eric. And
Yeah,
you
we
should
should
have
have
been
just
me.
really fucked them up.
Yeah.
I'd have called you that for the rest of
Yeah,
the show.
we could have done it. I think we could have got away with
we
it.
I'm
would
Colonel
have pulled it
Sanders.
off.
Colonel
This
Sanders.
is Eric. That's Karen, and that's
Madison.
Karen. That's Eric.
What?
Yeah, that's what. Now I just confused.
Now he's
myself.
just confused
you're,
himself.
you're all fucked up now.
And I'm Tim.
The Enchanter.
The Enchanter. Some call me Tim.
Tim?
All right, so
shot point.
remember to check out our TikTok, our Twitter, our Facebook, and of course our YouTube, which is probably what you're looking at our beautiful faces on. And check out our Rumble. Also, if you feel the need to email us, you can email us at thebonsaimoviecrew@gmail.com. Also, please comment, like, and share with all of your little buddies.
You might as well just get on your knees and beg.
Get on my knees and what?
Beg?
I ain't begging nobody to do
You
anything.
just did.
Shut up. Just let me get through this, okay? It's been a long day.
I warned you. I warned you.
I warned you. All right, so anyway, like, share, subscribe, rate us on Spotify, please, because that would help a lot. Even if you're watching us on YouTube, go to your Spotify and just give us a rating. I mean, it's all the same. Just here you get to see our faces. There you get to hear our beautiful voices. I think
Without the
I think
faces.
I got a voice for radio.
Do you?
I definitely got a face for radio.
Face for it.
Anyway, let's move on here. Let's get into some news.
Joseph's got some fucking news.
That's you.
Yeah, I know who it is.
It got quiet
Wait.
for a second. She was just
Wait a
trying to help.
second.
You don't understand how hard it is to try to edit transitions whenever there's just nonstop talking.
Yeah, I get
I
it.
have to cut somebody off every time.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
usually
so
me.
we should just okay, the next transition, everybody shut up for a second.
Just like 2 seconds. That's all I need. Like a 2-second pause.
Okay.
That's hard, though. Like, come on.
For you.
All right, every time there's a transition, I'm going to go. And nobody talk.
Nobody talk. Like,
That I felt like I was gonna die.
It's one of those, like...
yeah, like they
Moving
do
in.
in the news.
Back to you, Karen.
With the weather.
With the weather. It is
Can I
sunny.
be the teleprompter person?
It's sunny, but it's only
I
40
will,
degrees outside.
I will fuck some shit up. I swear to God.
Okay,
It's sunny today, but it's only 40 degrees.
Okay, so the only news I have here is I don't even know what came of this because it happened a couple days ago. I'm sure something's been resolved with it. Pennsylvania police searching for Bam Margera after Jackass star punches brother in face and flees. Okay, so Bam Margera is in trouble with the law once again after police issued an arrest warrant for the Jackass star following an alleged altercation at his home in Pennsylvania on Sunday morning. Authorities were dispatched to Margera's home in Pocopson? Sure, yeah. It's Pocopson. Pocopson. Sure, yeah, okay. Township
Sounds
in
good.
Chester County for a reported domestic in progress call at around 8 a.m. Bam, whose full name is Brandon Margera. I did not know that. Did you?
I only knew that because of this story.
Oh, you've heard this story?
Yeah,
then?
Jeremiah was telling me about it.
Okay. Allegedly punched his brother Jesse in the face. Did he deserve it? Just saying.
I doubt it.
Right. Hold on a second. I lost. Where did the rest of it go? There it is. Okay. Upon arrival, of law enforcement, Margera fled the resident on foot to the rear of the property through a dense wooded area, according to documents obtained by Fox News Digital. Why would he do that? Why didn't he just all right, peace out, cops are here, I'm running through the fucking woods. Anyway.
We all did when we were teenagers, so.
I don't know about you, but I didn't.
I ran
don't
through a cornfield
run through the
before.
woods whenever cops
I'm just
show
saying.
up.
All right, it says the stunt performer
I can't
is
remember the
charged
cops ever
with
showing up.
simple assault, harassment, and 4 counts of terroristic threats. Says his father, Philip, was listed as... Man, I got something in my eye. All right. His father, Philip, was listed as the second victim in the complaint. In the complaint, Jesse claimed he was awoken by Bam allegedly banging and kicking at the locked bedroom door. Upon leaving
He did
his...
that every week when he was on
I was
Jackass.
gonna say,
What's the
like,
difference now that he's not getting paid?
Yeah, because they're not getting paid. Upon leaving his room, Jesse said he found a handwritten note from Bam that allegedly read, "If you even fucking think of calling the police on me, I will officially fuck you up." That's exactly how you would talk to your brother. I will fuck you up.
Yeah, exactly.
If you call the cops on me, I'm
I will
fucking
fuck
you
you
up.
up. I love you. I'll see you on Christmas.
see you on Christmas. Says Jesse went to the kitchen and saw the former professional skateboarder urinating in the sink. This would make a great fucking episode
Jackass.
of Viva La Bam. Why not?
Like,
Maybe he was just recording a new pilot or something.
This should be like some kind of Christmas movie for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
I
this
see
should
no
be
issues with this at
like
all.
a new
Cousin
vacation movie.
Yeah.
Cousin Eddie.
Cousin Eddie's kids all grown up.
yeah, right.
Sink's full.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, that's it. See, we're just throwing ideas out here. It says
You
Bam
guys,
Where are your
soon.
new writers
pictures?
should take notes.
It says Bam soon became aggressive and started punching him, striking him in the right eye, nose, and left ear.
Sounds like
All
he
right.
deserves it.
Jesse also claimed that at some point during the physical altercation, Bam had grabbed his right arm. Margera has a long history with legal problems and substance abuse issues. He was most recently arrested on March 29th in California by Burbank police for being drunk in public. Police records indicate Bam was meeting his ex-wife at a restaurant to see his son and had arrived intoxicated.
I didn't want to be drunk in public. You threw me into public.
Yeah. That's such a good one. He made headlines in 2021 for suing his
Or he
longtime
took to the bar.
counterpart Johnny Knoxville of MTV, Paramount, and other associated with the Jackass Forever film for wrongful termination from the movie. Bam claimed that producers were not
Arrest them.
compensating him and attempted to steal the lucrative franchise without his approval. Margera allegedly signed a contract with Paramount that stipulated a wellness agreement, something Bam claimed, you know what, who gives a fuck? Dude, all this shit is stuff that he would have just done for money anyway. He used to beat the fuck out of Phil all the time on his series. All the time. He just Phil would be in there taking a dump, and he'd bust in the door and just start smacking and punching the fuck out of him. And Phil didn't care. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing? Knock it off."
Was
Yeah.
it fake or real?
It was real, apparently. I mean, I
I
wouldn't say he was hitting him
he
really
probably
hard.
held it back his punches.
Yeah, he definitely
wasn't
held back
fucking
punches. He just
full
going and
on
slapped the fuck out of him and shit. But
Yeah.
it was Phil was his dad.
Yeah.
Oh.
paying
So
their-
this was shit that
paying
he
their
did all the
kitchen blue.
time. They were physically abusive to each other all the time for comedy.
hmm
So how is this any different?
They're not getting paid.
He pissed in a fucking sink. Who gives a shit? It's his sink. He paid for it. He's the rich bastard.
Yeah, he paid for their house, their cars. I
Yeah.
mean, he's paid for all
He's
that
paid for
shit.
everything. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he's got
He
substance.
needs help. Okay,
Yeah,
he
don't get
needs
me
help.
wrong.
We
He
know
needs
this,
fucking help. But at the
but-
same time, dude, I guess whenever you get the cops called on you, you shouldn't run from them. But
No.
He's still missing, by the way. I looked it up while you were reading.
Oh, is he
Yeah,
still
he's-
missing?
He's still missing.
he's hiding out somewhere.
Blair Witch got him.
Yeah.
No,
right.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
He's
anyway,
a goner.
anyway, so I don't know. Bam Margera's been in trouble countless times.
I mean,
here,
how
so.
how bad off do you have to be for Steve-O to be like,
Dude.
Right? Yeah.
dude?
He had him on the podcast, on
He did.
Steve-O's podcast,
Yeah,
and
he
was
did.
like, "Hey, listen, man." And even Bam was like, "Dude, I'm sober. I'm trying to be sober, and I'm trying to do better." He's like, "I want to get back out there, you know."
And he tried for a little while, but he just keeps falling back into old
He
habits.
keeps falling
and-
off that wagon, man.
Yeah.
But it sucks. And I hope he gets better, and I hope he finds help, and I hope they find him. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. To be.
Or don't. It's a fucking dude. I want this shit to end in a high speed chase, like OJ, dude.
It's to me. I mean,
He
I'm
didn't
not
kill
trying.
anybody.
I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything. Like, I want him to get help. I want him to get better. But like,
No, they did.
out of
OJ.
all of them, Bam is the one that I could see this happening to. He was the only one that was never going to grow up.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because he was the only one that wanted to dish it out all the time. He wanted to dish it out, but he could never take
He
it.
could never. That is so true. He could never, ever take it. He used to get so
Yeah.
pissed off whenever they pull pranks on him and shit.
Mhm.
Especially
But he
if it
was-
a snake.
But he was the one running
yeah.
around with a pair of fucking electric razors and shit, shaving people's heads without them knowing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then they pulled that shit on him. He got pissed.
Yep.
It's like, dude, stop being a bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, the rest of them could take a joke. They could give a joke. It
Mhm.
was fine. And when
He
things-
was the only one that would get pissy.
yeah,
about
and when
it.
things
Yeah.
would be over, it was over. You
Yeah.
know, like they would be over with it. But he couldn't let things go. He
Yeah.
could. I mean, I could see this happening to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
I
I
hope
could
he
see
gets
it.
help. I hope he gets found. I hope he gets found safe.
He was one of my least favorites on
Oh
Jackass. though.
yeah, 100%.
Steve-O's everybody's favorite, I think.
I always like Johnny. I always
Johnny,
like
yeah,
Johnny.
but then there were the Wild Boys. You got to love them.
yeah, that's true.
Fucking who was it? What are their names?
Steve-O and then Party Boy, whatever.
Yeah, Party
Chris,
Boy, yeah.
Chris
something,
Pontius.
yeah.
Pontius, yeah.
He's an ex-Marine.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
Doesn't
he's-
that fucking blow your mind when
Yeah.
you found that out?
Yeah,
Dude walks around with his dick out all the
yeah.
time, and he's a fucking
but
Marine.
he was jacked back in the day. Dude.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
like fucking
Yeah.
ripped. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gloating over more dudes.
Talk about how their dicks are hanging out.
Dicks are out and shit. And they sticking bottle rockets up their asses and stuff, and
Yeah.
attaching them to their penises, and yeah, that's what they did. They did stupid
Yeah,
shit like
yeah,
that.
They did.
And all kinds of. I remember the first video I ever saw theirs. It was just Johnny Knoxville taking a taser, getting a taser. That was the first episode. Johnny
Mhm.
Knoxville getting tasered.
Yep.
And that was like the least of their.
That was like
That-
that wasn't shit
That was
compared
tame
to the,
compared to the things that happened
compared
later.
to the shit that they did later. That was nothing.
Yep.
Launching fucking porta johns in the air with people inside and shit.
Oh, that was
Ugh.
nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god. Nasty.
Steve-O was like, there's been like twice. He said there was only been twice I turned down a stunt. He said one of them was the car in the ass.
Yeah.
He said,
The
I,
one
was,
that
he
Ryan
said I
did.
just couldn't imagine my dad seeing me on TV shoving something up my ass.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but Ryan Dunn did it.
Yeah.
Ryan
did
did it.
Ryan did it.
What is this show?
It's called Jackass.
You've never seen Jackass?
I thought that was a movie.
There's
There's
4
movies
movies,
and
but it was a
there's
TV
a
show,
TV show.
on MTV first.
Are they the same thing?
Yeah.
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 Oh.
They just get kind of extreme in the movies because
Yeah.
there's no they don't have to be censored.
And they got more money.
They got more money.
Oh.
Yeah. They're pretty awesome actually. They're good for like a good fucking laugh.
Oh,
I went and
for
watched
sure.
Jackass
Are they-
3.
yeah.
I went and watched Jackass
Yeah.
3 in theaters.
That yeah.
and
That
that
was-
shit was fucking hilarious.
Yes.
The first thing you see is they launch a dildo out of a fucking cannon or something. Just threw a bunch of stuff and then into Johnny Knoxville's face.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like it's just so.
That- I
fucking
mean, that's where
stupid.
Bad
And it was in
Grandpa-
slow motion.
Is it in the box?
No,
Why?
because I don't.
you can't really review that.
Yeah, how do you
Like, it's-
review a movie of people doing a bunch of dumbass stunts?
Yeah, like you'd just be sitting here going, "Oh, I loved it when this happened, and I loved it when this happened." Like that's all you'd be doing.
Yeah.
It,
I bet there'd be a lot of trivia to it though.
probably
Like a
but-
lot of
I mean,
shit
ma-
that-
maybe you could do an episode on the trivia, but that'd be about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you
really,
really
like,
could probably do an episode.
You know, but like, yeah,
it's just not something I don't think that people would be interested in. Like, oh yeah, let's watch them review this movie about a bunch of idiots that fuck each other up in stupid ways.
Yeah,
So you can watch. I have one of them on Blu-ray upstairs. I think it's 3 actually.
The
I have.
third one. Yeah.
yeah. That was the one that Bad Santa came from, or Bad Grandpa came from, wasn't it? The third one. Which one was that? Where they were old people for the first time, or maybe it was.
I
the
don't
second
remember.
one.
I think it might have been the
was
second one.
I
Yeah.
believe.
Maybe.
Bad Grandpa was
a-
fucking hilarious
Dude.
too.
I watched that when I was pregnant, and that part where he shits on the wall.
I lost it, dude.
I had to pause it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, I was pregnant like
I
out
was
to
laughing
here.
so fucking hard I thought I was gonna pee myself.
I was pregnant like out to here, so
Yeah.
I already have a hard time breathing,
Yeah.
right? And like as soon as that part happened, I had to pause it because I couldn't freaking breathe.
I felt my maturity on that. In that moment, I felt my maturity.
I was laughing so hard I had to pause it.
Yeah,
like,
I was
oh.
laughing my ass off because I didn't expect it. I was like,
No, it came out of
and it was
nowhere.
like, poof. I was like,
Oh.
dude, I lost my fucking
it
mind.
was
That was
like-
one. That was by far the funniest.
It
moment
was
of the whole movie.
how it like landed. It
Yeah.
was just like, it was like, oh god.
If you saw it, you'd fucking lose it.
Yeah, it's
Because
the
like I
best.
still laugh. I think for a whole week every
And
time
you
I
could
think
see,
about it.
Like in subsequent watches, you could see the kid knew it was gonna happen because he's like, "Let it go," like, he knew it was about to happen because the kid's like, "Go ahead," like he's already.
I think for a
laughing.
whole week after I watched it, every time I think about that part, it made me laugh.
Oh yeah,
For an entire.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
whenever you know some shit's
at least
funny.
giggle.
That's,
at least
that's,
giggle.
It's just poo. It's poo comedy, man. You love it. You gotta love it. That's like one of the funniest parts of Zack and Miri is whenever he's recording underneath and he's shit. Dude, I lost it on that part. I was like, why is shit so funny?
She's like, "I've been stopped up for a week. I
Yeah,
can't wait for
I heard
our
anal
scene."
helps. Oh my god, that shit's hilarious. That's one that should be in the box. is
Yeah, Zack and Miri.
Yeah. I love that movie. Anyway, let's move on.
We went off topic.
What the hell have you been watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, we always do that.
Yeah, we do. What you guys been watching? Let's start with Eric.
Well, let me get my list.
Don't talk.
Huh?
Don't talk.
Okay. let me get my list out. All right. So I watched Dunes.
Hmm?
Dunes.
We've seen that before.
Dune
Yeah, Dune.
with the new one or the original?
I'm guessing it's the new one. Had
Timothy Chalamet
and
Zendaya,
Yeah, Zendaya.
who's only in it for like fucking 5 minutes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I watched that. Neighbors. Watched that. That's a good movie. It's always a good slap.
It's a quality movie.
The new Hellboy.
The new one?
Yeah, the new one.
What'd you think of that?
Was it good?
It was all right.
I really love David Harbour. So.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was good. People really hated it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty.
I think
good
that's
one.
just because of the love of the original. Like they
Yeah.
Maybe,
they
yeah.
wanted to give another one a
But I
chance,
liked it
but-
because of David Harbour. Like he definitely he gave Hellboy a lot of life, and I liked that. So
Yeah,
I like that about it.
Yeah.
that's about all I got to watch.
Okay, Karen,
So-
what'd you watch?
I
Or
watched,
hold on. I feel like yours is gonna be long. Let's go with Madison first.
Fuck you.
I
and
really
your long
didn't
ass
watch
list.
that much this week.
The Walking Dead and Titans.
See, simple, short.
Simple.
Yeah, I'm almost done with Titans. I just finished season 3 today.
I'm on season 4. I just started watching season 4. That's something I didn't write down. Okay, never mind.
I'm
Go
probably
ahead,
gonna be
Karen.
done with season 4
Are you
by
sure
then.
you don't want to go
Yeah.
before her?
No, I'm good.
It'd be a
Go ahead.
long one.
Usually the host goes last.
Yeah, we
You
usually go
shut
last.
your mouth.
I'm just saying.
No, fine,
Do
you're
you
right.
not
I will
pay
go.
attention?
I will go before her.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Host.
So,
host
I
So
watched-
sorry,
aside.
Karen.
Yeah, I watched.
Matt was the only one that would go first. Matt was like, okay.
He would too. Like if it was him hosting, he'd be like, "All right, I'm gonna go first." I'm like,
Fuck you guys.
all right, dude, you do you, man. Like,
Yeah.
but I watched Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Mania.
How was it?
It was all right. It was good. I really,
Was it pretty?
yeah. There were certain parts that were really, but that's how the MCU is anymore.
Yeah.
It's all spectacle anymore. It's nothing. But like I don't know, like it was funny in certain parts, and I thought it was good. It's just another MCU movie, man. Like at this point, I'm burnt out on it. And I think that Jonathan Majors killed it. I fucking hate what's happening to him, but I mean, if he's a dick, he's a dick. I mean, I guess.
Have you heard any more about that? I haven't heard
I
a
really
damn
haven't
thing.
kept up with it. I heard that a couple more women came forward with allegations
Of course
against
they
him.
did. I
It's
mean,
like, of course,
okay, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
That's usually how.
I know,
it
we
goes.
don't-
we
can't-
don't know.
Yeah, we don't know, but
There's
at the
all these
same
women
time,
that give that whole thing a bad name, and we
Yeah.
really shouldn't judge before we know what's happening. So I apologize.
yeah. So, and I hope that it's not true, and things like because I love Jonathan Majors. I think he's such a good actor, man. And it's hard to find high quality actors nowadays.
Yeah.
And he's really good at it. He's a
But
good
you know,
actor.
that's the problem, though. Like, or I wouldn't say that that's the problem, but that's a sad thing, though, because like look at Kevin Spacey. He
Oh, I
was
know.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah, my
turned out
favorite
to be
movie,
a
like one of
fucking
my favorite
choke.
movies of all time is American Beauty. So
It didn't matter what movie he was in. Like,
yeah, he killed it. Yeah,
fucking
he was always
brought
good.
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, Kevin Spacey's a great fucking actor, but look at what happened. Even though he's kind of like that dude, he's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Well, the
Like,
problem.
I'm gonna still troll I'm gonna troll Hollywood. That's
you
what
know,
he's
the
doing.
thing about it is like when it came out, it was like, oh man, no, and then it was like, I'm not really surprised though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you always you
Yeah.
can kind of see him being a creeper.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, I thought it was an alright movie.
I don't think I even know what happened with him. Like I don't remember.
He's just disappeared.
just disappeared.
Well, no,
He trolls Hollywood every once in a while.
Yeah, he you know the dude from Adventures in Babysitting, the redheaded guy that was Brad's friend.
Yeah, the one that was trying to be with the babysitter.
Yeah, everybody hit on her, but he was Brad's friend.
Okay.
Apparently, he raped him back in the day, and like a lot of other boys. And then when he was confronted about it, he was like, "Oh, blah blah blah, I'm gay though," and tried to like that was his excuse, and it was a whole thing.
Okay.
He's not a good person.
No.
So,
No.
yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever watch the Ant-Man movie again. I don't see the point.
I've never
You've
seen
seen
any
it,
of
you
them,
know what
honestly.
happens.
Yeah, I know what happens. Not a lot, honestly. It's kind of a self-contained movie.
Yeah.
Mostly, I think it's just a build-up for Kang, who they're going to have to recast now, apparently. Anyway, also, we watched season 1 of Yellow Jackets last year whenever it aired.
I want to watch that.
I've been watching me and Crystal have been watching season 2. We're 2 episodes in. There's only 5 episodes out right now. But this season's really been really good too so far. So we're on episode 2. If you guys have not seen Yellow Jackets, have you seen the first season?
No, I want
I would
to.
I would definitely check it. If you're into like, well, for one, the cast alone is amazing. Christina Ricci kills it. Dude, she's so weird, and like just she's like this bubbly kind of weird, and it's so great to see her in this kind of role. Cause did you watch the Wednesday show?
Yeah.
She's kind of like that, only crank it up to 11.
Well, that's like a lot of the roles she takes nowadays. She's kind of quirky and fun
Weird and goofy.
Yeah.
The girl who played as Enid or whatever, or Inez or whatever her name was,
The
Wednesday's
teacher.
friend. Oh, the teacher.
The teacher, yeah, she plays the teacher. She
Which
played
teacher?
Wednesday in the original Addams
Oh,
Family.
Yeah.
It's like she's trying to break out of that like.
And that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not. Yeah.
So she did say, she has said on live TV, she goes, I'm good at playing weird. She goes, so at some point I just realized that that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So, and I love Christina Ricci.
For sure.
I remember think back on that meme of when your childhood crush becomes your adulthood crush.
You're right.
And that's not wrong. Because in this show, dude, she's got like short blonde hair. And she's like this little bubbly goofball, like, but she's kind of crazy.
Mhm.
Actually, she's not kind of crazy. She is crazy. And it's great to like, and I don't know. It's just a fun show though. But like, it's also got Juliette Lewis in it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I would
I
definitely
saw
check
the
it out.
cast, and that's what got me interested.
Yeah,
in
it's a
it.
good show, and they're expanding the cast a little bit this season, and it's just really good. It's gonna have Elijah Woods in season 2, so it's good. I would check it out. Also started Titan season 4, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not that excited for it. Like Madison's binge watched it all, but I see all kinds of writing errors and just a bunch of it's not a real well written show. It's
your
so
thing.
all over the fucking place. It'll go with this storyline for a while and then completely drop it and go with another storyline. It's like, but what happened here? You know, like it's so weird, and like they have too much
What
going
I
on.
miss.
They have too much going on in the series, and it just doesn't mesh well together. You know what I mean? It's really weird.
But that's how Teen Titans Go was, because it was a
But
cartoon.
this isn't. But that's a cartoon. This is a live action, serious TV show.
Maybe they were trying to make it like that, though.
No, I don't think they were. I think they have an idiot writing team. Seriously, it's like they're all in separate rooms, not communicating with each other. That's what it feels like, because like there's just things going on. You're like, what the fuck is going on? And then they killed off my favorite character in season 3, so that disappointed me. And so season 4 is going to be hard to get through. So, but I could care less about the show. I'm just watching it because I'm committed at this point.
Because Crystal likes it.
Crystal's the same way as I am. She could care less.
You said last night that Crystal liked the show.
She does like the show. But if I said, hey, I don't want to watch this anymore, then she'd probably be like, yeah.
I like the show.
But anyway, that's all that I watched this week, I think. I can't really remember what all I watched this week.
Talking about
so.
taking forever.
Yeah. Yep.
Go ahead, Karen.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Wait, I thought we were going to the next segment.
Oh fuck! I
Go
forgot.
ahead.
I forgot that you didn't even tell us what you. Because usually, like you said, the host goes last.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Karen. What'd you watch this week?
Dead to Me.
The show,
Pretty much what
like
we
all
are.
of it, or just?
Nah, just season 3. I started it finally.
Pretty much what
Oh,
we
you
I've been
are.
kind of
started
putting it off because, like,
I'm still
I've
putting it
been
off.
putting
I
off
still haven't
season
finished
4.
it.
I don't know.
This is season 3. There is no
Okay.
season 4.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
the
season
newest
3 is
season.
the end.
Yeah, I've been putting it off.
Yeah, I've been putting it off. So, but I
I've been
started it.
slowly inching through it.
I started it. Watched Shaolin Soccer. 'Cause I
How
watched-
was it?
It's hilarious. I mean, not as good as Kung Fu Hustle, but still pretty funny.
I don't think I've watched Shaolin Soccer.
It's pretty funny.
I don't think I've ever seen Shaolin Soccer. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know-
It's,
I know.
it's funny. It's pretty funny. Then we watched Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. That was the Joe Bob movie this week. Cheerleader Camp. That was stupid.
Sounds stupid.
It was on my list because it was on like a list of like slasher movies where
That probably
like,
suck.
no, it was like where it kept you guessing on who the killer was
Oh.
or whatever, and I was like, okay.
Sometimes that's good, and sometimes it's just dumb.
Well, yeah, I was like, well, okay, I'll give it a shot because like I always figure it out. So, no, I knew who it was. I should have just turned it off when I figured it out, but it's stupid. I watched The Chosen and I watched Renfield.
What'd you think of Renfield?
I loved it.
Was it
Is
good?
that the one you went to go
Loved it.
see in the
I've been
theaters?
hearing good things about it.
Loved it. On first viewing, I'd say like 8.5.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that. I want to see that one.
I do
Oh,
wanna
it's so
see it.
good.
we almost went and watched Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah,
past
week,
the-
and I
was
this past
like-
weekend it was stupid. It was
Oh.
like really stupid, like crowded and stuff.
That's what I said. I was like, I got home early one day and I was like, Crystal, you want to go watch this movie? And she was like, I don't know. She was still laying in bed. It was like, because I want to go just catch a matinee. And she kind of acted like she does. Like, we don't have to. I was like, it's just an idea, whatever. I was like, I got shit I got to do around the house anyway. And so we were going to go watch it, but we ended up not going. I was just like, whatever. I'll wait for it to come out.
Yeah, we talked.
But yeah, I
about,
was like, I can only imagine it's fucking packed.
we talked
Yeah.
about doing it for like a date night this weekend, maybe, and then, you know,
I heard that movie is really fucking good.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've heard
Dead
good
Rise.
things.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
But like the thing that made me mad about Renfield is like I kept seeing all these things where it was like meh, and then like I went to see it and I loved it. Loved
It's 'cause
it.
Some people might not get it.
I give
you
a
know.
fuck about them. They're stupid.
They might not get the humor, I guess.
Oh, it's great. Great. And
Yeah.
like Nicholas Holt, you know, like he does really good at like giving some homage to the, you know, previous iterations
Yeah.
of Renfield. And like it's
I don't know a lot
it's
about
really
Renfield, so
I mean, I'm sure you've seen Dracula Dead and Loving It, right? So you-
fucking years ago, dude.
Well-
Like it's been so long ago.
Well, I think so. You know, what's his face? Shit, I can never fucking remember his name. He was in Ghostbusters 2, but he played Renfield in that. And
He was in Ghostbusters too.
yeah, he was the guy that was in the
the
museum.
art
yeah,
dealer
yeah, the
dude.
art guy.
Okay, I know who
Yeah,
you're
no.
talking
Yeah,
about
so
now.
he played Renfield in Dracula Dead and Loving It, and he based his Renfield in that on the original Renfield, and did a very good job, like
Mimicking
portraying it. Yeah, mimicking it and portraying it. And Nicholas Holt kind of took both of those and like used it, especially at the beginning of the film, like, and he did a great job, a really
Yeah.
good job. So like I would recommend anybody like check out maybe some clips of previous Renfields just so you can see those homages play out, and then it really
Nicholas Holt is one of those actors that's very underrated.
yeah, absolutely
Very underrated.
But like, you know, then you can kind of really get the full effect, I guess. Like you really can appreciate his portrayal if you get to see some of those iterations play out
Right.
a little bit beforehand. But yep, that's it. That's all I watched.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our movie. All right.
Let's talk about the movie.
Let's
Oh, talk too
What?
soon.
What?
Yeah,
You're the
you
one that
keep
wanted to
talking.
do it, and you keep talking. Honestly.
I already did it.
Oh, my bad.
And you just
You're
talked
too late.
anyway.
Do you have a plot synopsis or anything, or do you want me to do it?
I can do it.
Do you
If
have
you
it?
want. No, I don't have it.
I can do it. It's not a
You
big
were
deal.
you were hosting, so I didn't have it ready.
Oh well, usually you
I just
do
have I just have like I always have the people written down.
She only has it ready for me just in case I don't fucking do it.
it.
No, I always just have the people written down. I don't have the plot synopsis. I used to always have it pulled up, but everybody's been doing a good job of doing that, so
Yeah,
I just
I
haven't
got it.
done it in a long time.
All right, so this week we talked about, or we watched the Departed from 2006. Movie comes in at, hold on a second, let me scroll here, 2 hours and fucking 30 minutes. Rated R. Drama, mystery, and thriller. Crime, action, and I wouldn't say action and adventure, but whatever.
I don't know
Um,
if you're Leonardo DiCaprio's character. It's like constant fucking.
Definitely an adventure for him.
Yeah, no shit.
Stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack
Matt
Nicholson,
Damon.
and Mark Wahlberg, and a shitload of other people.
Fucking
um,
everybody.
Directed by Martin Scorsese and written by William Monahan. Plot synopsis is as follows. To take down South Boston's Irish Mafia, the police send in one of their own to infiltrate the underworld, not realizing the syndicate has done likewise. While an undercover cop curries favor with the mob kingpin, a career criminal rises through the police ranks, but both sides soon discover there's a mole among them. So if you haven't seen this movie, you can.
It's not mole, it's rat.
It's sure, yeah, that's what they say. That's actually what they should have said because that's what they said in the movie. You can currently stream this for free if you have these subscriptions on Hulu or HBO Max. They must have just added to Hulu because I don't remember it.
No, it's been on
Oh,
Hulu.
yeah, okay, it has.
Yeah, it's been on Hulu.
I watched it on HBO Max.
Yep, so did I.
So, all right, let's go ahead and get into recommends. Would you guys watch and recommend again, Karen?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, on both. This is probably like my third time watching it. And I would tell anybody who hasn't watched it, you should watch it. Yeah.
We're supposed to watch it.
Shit.
I thought we were just
I thought we were just supposed to watch or like read about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, what about you?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend this movie to anybody. Would I watch again? Yeah, I'm sure I'll watch it again. It's not the first time I've watched it, so it's a yes and yes.
Madison?
I mean, I'd recommend it to people. I wouldn't watch it again, though.
It's fair. She's 15.
Absolutely.
You know.
Not your cup of tea.
Same here. I think that for me, this is my second time seeing it. And I think I would recommend it to somebody who's into movies like this, like crime thrillers and shit like that.
Grandma.
Like Grandma, yeah. I personally like the movie, so I would eventually watch it again at some point.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon, but
No, that's been years since I watched it.
yeah, I haven't seen it since it first came out, I think.
I
So,
can't watch it tomorrow,
yeah. I
No,
think
this
it's a good
was
movie.
too soon for me because I watched it probably like, I don't know, maybe a year ago, just because it's been so long since I saw it the last time.
I think that it's been since it came out that I watched it. So it's a good movie. I would recommend it for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
To anybody who'd be interested, like I wouldn't recommend it to like I said, to a 15-year-old.
Yeah, I watched
That's
it-
dumb. you
I
know?
watched it when it first came out, and then I watched it last year, and then I watched it this time. So
Right.
This might have been the only second time
All right.
I watched it.
So Mark Wahlberg's the shit.
yes, he
Yeah,
was
he is.
absolutely my favorite.
He's the shit. He was
was
the one
my
who was always
favorite.
talking shit to everybody.
We got
Yeah.
the silent.
No, we've
No,
already
we're already
done
in the
that.
movie.
All right,
Yeah.
we're in.
We're already in it.
We're
we are
already
in
in
the
it.
shit.
We're in the shit, man. We're in it to win it, baby.
We're in.
Does
deep.
anybody have like a favorite quote from the movie? Anyone?
The
'Cause
part
I do.
I don't remember exactly what they said because it went so fast, but it was whenever Mark Wahlberg walks in and he's talking shit to Alec Baldwin. And in
Yeah.
the police station, he walks in. He's like, "Yeah, how's your mother?" You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that part.
He's tired. No, he's like, how's your mother? And he's like, she's tired from fucking my father.
Yeah.
My favorite quote is right at the very beginning of the movie when he says, "I don't want my environment, or I don't want to be a product of my environment. I want my environment to
Be a product of me. Yeah, that's a good quote.
I really like that.
It's a very Jack Nicholson quote too.
Was not. I mean, it's just. I think it's more like a man like his character.
Yeah,
Is
who wants his
He
surroundings?
wants to leave a mark.
Yeah, he wants to leave a mark, and he
Mhm.
wants his surroundings to be shaped by himself.
Which is strange for a man like him to have that kind of mentality, but not have an heir.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah, no kids or nothing.
no kids. I mean, he kind of was trying to do that with Matt Damon, but he didn't have any of his own.
Right, yeah.
I found that a little strange, and I never even thought about that until like this time around for some reason.
Never even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had thought about it this time before this happened, but it really struck me at the end when Matt Damon and him had their kind of confrontation, and he said, you're like a son to me, and he's like, yeah, but you don't have any sons, or something, something to that effect.
See, I think Jack Nicholson's the type of person that doesn't want to be attached to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was strange though. At the end, you seen her reading books about getting pregnant, so I think they were trying to, because he was getting old, and like at that point in time, he was like, yeah, I gotta do something. I think that was the subtle hint there towards the end of the movie.
That he was going to try to do something. It's funny because he walked into that convenience store or that restaurant or whatever, and he sees that little redheaded girl back there. And he's like, "You had your period yet?"
Yeah.
Like, God damn, dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking creepy, dude. But
Oh,
like,
like, fuck, dude. What is she, like 15?
Right?
Like, you know,
Right.
that's
but
so weird.
I mean, like back then,
and the
I
dad
guess,
is
like,
sitting behind the thing, like, "Oh, you motherfucker."
Well, and I think on top of that,
I think that was just a way for him
it
to
was
show
it
his
was
dominance.
yeah, it was
for
it
sure.
was a
Yeah.
dominance.
Well, that's
thing.
the girl though. That was the woman.
Yeah,
The woman was
yeah,
that
was
girl.
his wife eventually.
Oh.
Yeah, that's who he ended up marrying.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was weird and creepy, and you could tell he just groomed her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
100%. So
Now the soundtrack to this movie was fucking baller.
fuck yeah, dude. He kicked
Uh-huh.
in with that Dropkick Murphys and shit.
And then the Rolling Stones and like
Mhm.
oh,
Oh,
man,
Yeah.
Yeah,
whoever put that together.
definitely
Yeah,
wasn't
the
Martin
score.
Scorsese.
No. The one thing I really loved, and I never put this together either. I guess it's like, when you're really like paying attention, because we really have to pay attention when we're doing it for this podcast. But like, I really loved how they used shadows for the scenes where Jack Nicholson was supposed to be young, instead of like using a de-aging.
right. Yeah, they kind of like put a bunch of makeup on him, made him
Yeah.
look young as they could.
Yeah,
and then-
they just use shadows to
because
kind
if
of
you think about it, I
disguise his
mean,
face a
if you
little
think
bit.
about it, how much time passed between 20 years?
Mhm.
Probably it was probably 20 years or so.
Right.
And
They just slicked his hair back so it
yeah,
didn't look as wild
right.
as it does in the later.
I wouldn't even say it was 20 years, honestly, because I mean,
Well, what was he like?
I'd say
9?
probably 15 years.
15 maybe.
Yeah, 15
Tops.
years.
Yeah, he was like what 9 or something when he first sees him in the shop,
Yeah.
and then like maybe 15 years or so. But like I just liked how they used shadow mostly to in his younger parts instead of like trying to de-age him.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they use those practical effects rather than trying to use like CGI or something
Right,
like
yeah.
that. It was really kind of a nice touch, I thought.
Right. I think that the overall movie, though, I think Jack Nicholson really brings it, but he's still just Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, that's always been
Yeah.
my problem with Jack Nicholson.
The Joker guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he always plays the same character, except for when he played the Joker. Honestly, that's the only time he's ever
I
really.
still think
I
he
couldn't
was-
unsee the Joker the whole movie.
Well-
so.
That's how it is for a lot of things that he's
Yeah.
done.
But
Like,
the thing about it is like in the Joker, he's more lively.
that's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Jack Nicholson, like we talked about The Shining before, he's just crazy.
He's from
Yeah.
The
And
Shining?
And that's all he ever
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
That's him?
Yeah.
How old was he then?
Oh,
Oh,
he was
fuck,
young.
probably in his 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That explains.
He's probably like 80 now.
Oh yeah. But he's always just crazy. And there's no other growth or process to him.
Yeah, you've never seen him actually play anything normal.
Mhm.
Like even the most normal I could say I've ever seen him in was what was that movie with him and Helen Hunt? That romance comedy or whatever.
As good as it gets.
As Good as It Gets.
I've never seen it. I just remember the trailer. He's
And-
like holding a dog or something.
Yeah, but he was like this guy with all these OCDs and stuff, and even in that, he wasn't. I wouldn't say crazy, but he had a lot of issues, but his crazy still bled through.
Yeah.
It's like he can't just play a normal person.
Yeah, he can't be
Yeah.
straight on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's just a fucking he's a wild card.
I'm not downing him as an actor because I think that he has his place in acting.
Oh, for sure.
Obviously, like these kind of roles are perfect for him. hate that they give him other roles, like in The Shining. That's all I'm saying. I absolutely love Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie.
It's definitely one of those first movies where you're like, this motherfucker really can act.
Yeah,
Which one was he?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
he was
He was a cop, undercover cop.
yeah. Well,
He was the
they
rat.
both were kind of undercover.
Well, he was undercover cop.
He was Costigan. He was Billy Costigan. He
Yeah.
was the one that was
The real cop?
The real.
Well, they were
the
both
one-
real cops.
Yeah, the one
I
that was
mean-
the one that was working for the mob guy, but he
Yeah.
was a cop. Yeah, the one that really wanted to be a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the one that went through to be a cop just for that.
Yeah, yeah.
I could not.
That piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Damon. This is one of the movies
Matt
that solidified Matt Damon as like, I just didn't like him.
I've always liked Matt Damon.
I don't like Matt Damon. I don't know what I think
Did you
it's his face.
Did you ever
or
see
something.
the interview he did where some guy was asking because his mom's a teacher
Mhm.
and he was with his mom at some like rally or something for like teachers or something, and this guy was asking his mom some kind of question, and it was really disrespectful, like about teaching, and it was really disrespectful, and he gave him like an earful, like,
I believe it.
you know, he was like, what are you doing? These are teachers. These are like people who are, you know. And I've also got a great respect for him because like he married out of Hollywood. He doesn't live in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of those.
He's an alright dude. I think it's just his face I don't like.
Yeah, I get it.
He's got a really weird dumb
I
face.
just don't
I
like
like
your
I like
face.
Matt Damon.
I love
like
the
him.
Bourne Identity movies and shit, like, and all that, but I'm like, I just don't like Matt Damon's face. I don't know what it is about his face. I don't like it.
Sorry, I watched this TikTok yesterday where this guy was like doing these really lame moves like on a
Yeah.
video, and
Oh. Yeah,
this girl,
that's Jason Bourne.
it was Basin Jorn. Did I send that one to you?
Uh-uh.
She was reading the comments like after she watched the video, and one was like, "Oh my god, that's Basin Jorn." Anyway,
I see them people like they'll show a video of some dude doing some stupid trick that any person could do,
Yeah.
and then it cuts to the scene from from the Bourne Identity. He's like, "That's Jason Bourne." It's so funny.
This is probably my favorite Scorsese movie, I think,
Gangs of New
because
York- he did Gangs of New York.
Yep.
Didn't he?
yeah, I
I
didn't,
don't know,
and
man.
remember, if you remember, I didn't. I mean, I liked it,
She
but
didn't like that movie.
I liked it, but it fell apart in the second act, and I
Maybe, but
I really enjoyed the movie.
this movie was good. I really liked this movie, but I don't know if it could top Gangs of New York. I really love Gangs of New York,
Yeah.
but mostly because that's a period piece too.
yeah, but the
That and dude, anything,
I mean, like
anything
that
with,
fight between Leo and what's his face,
It was
Bill.
that was lame.
That was
Bill.
lame. Yeah,
And
Bill,
like
yeah.
the
How'd
you
you know
know,
that? Did you watch the movie with me?
Which one?
Gangs of New York.
Oh, I thought we were talking about this movie. There was a Bill in this movie.
his name was Bill though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. But no, like and then like, you know, after like the whole after his face gets cut up, like everything falls apart. Like you're only getting the one side of the story, which is the dead rabbit side. You're not like invited over here anymore.
The Patriot side.
And
Right.
it's just, I don't know, fell apart for me there at that part after that.
Yeah, because they took away from. I get what you're saying there at the end. You wanted to see that fight. and it
Oh,
didn't
well, yeah, I
happen.
wanted to see the fight, and I wanted to continue with the dual
Yeah,
storytelling.
instead of like this whole city falling apart and everything.
yeah,
I get it. Anyway, we're not reviewing
sorry,
that
yeah,
movie.
yeah. So this is my favorite Scorsese movie, and because I cannot think of any other movie I've ever seen, well, maybe not ever seen, but any other Scorsese movie, especially, that the end of the movie, I went like.
Oh, whenever
legit-
Mark Wahlberg.
No, not Mark Wahlberg. The elevator, when the elevator opens and they
Oh,
yeah.
fucking shot. I'm
Just
like,
a bullet.
I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. It was. I remember the first time I watched
when
it.
Leo got the bullet, I'm like,
Yeah.
are you fucked?
I remember the first time I watched it and that happened. I was like, it was one of those things where you're like, your heart just falls to your stomach.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck, dude? You're, you know,
I like
wanted
that
to see
guy.
Leo
Yeah.
make it
You
through.
wanted to see him make good. You wanted to see
Yeah,
him get out of
exactly.
it. And then, like, you know, when Mark Wahlberg shows up, you're like, yes, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
This is actually one of the movies where that made me love Mark Wahlberg.
For sure.
Because
he's
this
definitely
movie-
the best character in this
Yeah,
movie.
this movie, this is like the movie I think that I was like, dude, Mark Wahlberg is so fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's that guy that gets the final, you know, he gets the final word, you know.
Well, and it's just so funny because, like, you know, you think, like, Matt Damon, like, he forgot about him or something. Like, he just forgot that there was
Yeah.
that loose end. Like, you dumb fuck. Like,
Yeah.
he knew he was
And
gonna
then
show
whenever,
back
as
up.
soon as he sees Mark Wahlberg, he's like,
He's like,
oh, come
well,
on.
yeah.
You know, and then he just like just drops him, dude. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
And just walks out, like, fuck it, out.
And I found it kind of funny that, like, he was carrying groceries the first time you meet Mark Wahlberg or Matt Damon's character. And that's the first time, like, he meets Jack Nicholson's character. And that sets him up for his whole life.
Yeah.
So that whole scene. And then when he walks in, he's carrying groceries.
And that's the end of his life.
And that's the end of his
Comes
life.
full circle, baby.
Yeah.
All over some groceries.
It's just that, like, you know, Scorsese does a lot of good things with symbolism and a lot of good things with, you know, portrayal and things like that. But the end of this movie really, you know, like I said, the end kind of makes it or breaks it for me. The end of this movie really threw me for a loop, and I can't think of very many movies that have done that for me.
I agree. Yeah. Just-
Everybody was
that-
dropping dead.
Yeah, that
Fucking
at the
everybody
end, like
died.
whenever
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson died, it was kind of like, what the fuck, right out of left field. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, he's dead.
I kind of
Yeah.
expected him to
So-
die, but I didn't expect it to happen that way.
Right, exactly. And then whenever he finally died, because that whole drug deal and bust and everything, you're like, so after all the shit that he's done, you get him on a drug bust,
Yeah.
not the multiple murders or anything like that. Like, no, a drug bust.
hmm
And then he dies anyway, instead of actually going to jail or anything. And then,
But Matt Damon knew he had to kill him because he was
exactly,
He was gonna give
yeah,
him up.
he'd rat him
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I just think that the movie has some flaws, but I can't think of too many.
The one flaw I can tell you, and it's a visual flaw for me, really. When they show the computer company real quick on the screen, the name of the computer company was Mass Processors. That was it. That was the name of the computer company, Mass Processors.
It's a weird name.
And
That's
it was
just
like
so basic.
photoshopped as hell.
Oh,
Like that's all it was. It was like a building, and then they like photoshopped this sign on the top that said Mass Processors. Like that was it. And I was like, you can do better than that.
like, really? You couldn't
I mean,
get some?
why didn't you call it Computers Inc?
Yeah.
Right? You might as well have.
Look at a multi-billion
Internet.
company like that. It just looks like it's a strip mall.
Just call it
Kind
internet.
of like the IT crowd. It's the internet.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That was probably one thing that I was like, what the fuck is that? Once again, everybody did great on their accents, except Jack Nicholson. It seemed like kind of faded in and out.
Sometimes
Yeah.
in certain parts of the movie, I thought it was a little overacted. Some of the areas of the movie is a little overacted, especially with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, like it faded in and
Yeah,
out, and like when it
so-
faded back in, it was like he did go a little overboard. with
And
it.
as much as I love Mark Wahlberg in this movie, him and Alec Baldwin both overact in some areas.
I don't think. No, Mark Wahlberg's is full. He came.
It's
from
just
Boston.
full Boston. His
He
Boston
came from
came
Boston.
out. Yeah, I know.
His Boston
just
came out, and like the problem was that like his Boston came out and it was too thick. Like
Yeah.
Martin had to tell him to back off of
Like,
it.
dial it down a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
It just.
I knew that before, like we watched this, just because like I
Sit down,
remember
sit down.
watching like a snippet thing about like back, like behind the scenes stuff, and there was actually a couple of like cutting room floor things that they had, and there was a couple of scenes where like his accent, and the only reason I couldn't understand it was because like I was in Boston for a while, and like I was listening to him talk, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that, and like it was thick. Like I don't know if anybody really could understand it, but yeah, like you could hear Martin going, too much, back it down,
Yeah, he's very particular about what's thrown on camera and his directing. He's got a very
he has
particular-
a particular vision that he
Yeah.
wants to see.
and he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't like to deviate too much from what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, Alec Baldwin, dude, this is like one of those movies, like that part whenever they're like getting ready for that bust, and not getting ready for the drug bust, but the bust before that.
Yeah.
And he's getting pissed off at the IT guy.
The guy
and
that
he
fucked
beats
up
the
the
fuck out of
camera.
him and
Yeah,
shit.
that was
and I was
good,
like,
yeah.
God damn.
But you can't.
He's
blame
like, you
him.
dumb fucking motherfucker.
You
Just-
can't
just-
blame him though. I mean,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's months.
You set up,
and
yeah,
months
you
of
set up a
work
sting
and,
like that, and then he's like, you didn't put a camera out back. You know, like really?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
You can't blame him. I mean, I'd be pissed too. I
Right.
probably would kick the shit out of somebody for that. I mean, that's
Months
what a
of
that's not
fucking-
an
planning.
honest mistake. That's a fuck up.
Yeah, that's a fuck. That's a fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, how does somebody not think of that?
Exactly. That's your job, literally.
Right.
If you're an IT guy, that is literally your job.
It is
So what?
literally
She
your
broke
job.
your heart. Get over it.
Like, you know, one of the things that, like, you know, killed me too, seeing Jack Nicholson and Leonardo DiCaprio sit next to each other, that very first scene where they're sitting next to each other at that bar.
Yeah.
It's like seeing young and old next to each
Kinda,
other because
yeah.
they do look very similar, their face structure and everything.
Yeah, their eyebrows and shit like that.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when they first sat next to each other, I was like kind of struck by it a little bit. Like I was like, you know, huh?
Wonder if that's his long lost dad.
Yeah, like I was like, huh?
Your dad
I
leave?
never noticed it before, but this time for some reason when they sat next to each other, I was like,
Yeah, it's
whoa,
weird.
kind of blown away by it a little bit.
It's funny. This movie, like Leonardo DiCaprio does a great job,
Hmm.
but I forgot that what's his name? Anthony. Damn it, what's his name? He was in Scream 4. Anthony something.
Oh, Anthony. Shit.
I forgot he was. Even,
It's in trivia.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I forgot
got
he was
you.
even in this fucking movie, man.
Yeah.
Until I saw him, I was like, holy shit. And it's so weird because you think like a Martin Scorsese movie, like he's that's a very random actor for him to put in one of his
I know. I
movies.
thought the same thing. Like because he's not the kind of guy that I would really see.
He's not
being
like
put-
a top-notch actor or anything, you know. It's just
Mhm.
weird to see him in there. It's like he's just had a casting call for this. I need a black guy,
Yeah.
and he showed up. He's like, "You'll work," you know.
Anthony Anderson.
Yeah, Anthony Anderson.
Yeah, that's him. Oh, there was another quote I really liked. When Vera Farmiga's character said, "Honesty is not synonymous with the truth." I know. And it's dark and it's not even warm.
And he hasn't had it out all week.
Uh,
I think Crystal's about to go get him.
so let's sit Crystal on him.
Oh, then throw a rock at him.
Take her.
Throw a stick in his face.
Yeah, I liked when she said honesty is not synonymous with the truth. That was I liked that quote too. I don't know why, I just did. That's a little much.
Matt Damon really hates firemen.
Yeah,
He
he
really
really went
hated
off
him.
for like
You fucking quiz.
Yeah.
Fucking faggots.
Fucking faggots.
I love that part.
I really don't like fucking fire. Them fucking firemen are faggots.
Yeah.
Like,
you
what
were-
the
I was like,
fuck,
man,
dude? Like, chill out, man. Like, he's going off in some firemen.
Sore fucking loser.
Like,
butch.
goddamn, did one take your old lady or some shit? Like, my
Uh,
mom fucked a fireman. Fuck him.
Do you think you could do what Costigan did?
I mentioned that, man. I'm like, for him to be undercover for as long as he is, I don't know how he still has any hair.
I couldn't do it.
I would have pulled out every hair in my head.
And for that matter, you know, like Matt Damon's character is
some
easy,
balls.
right? Because he's like corrupt and evil or whatever. I mean, I couldn't do either one, but because I'm not that way. But,
But
like,
being
a good person
Yeah.
and trying
The
to
one
do
that-
that, I couldn't
The
do
one
it.
that about broke him was when they walked in and shot that guy in front of like all those kids' toys and everything that's around. I think that's what really almost broke Leonardo DiCaprio's,
Character.
Yeah,
Yeah, there I couldn't
because
do it.
before that he was, somewhat okay, but then after that's when he started getting like needed to see the therapist and all that.
Yeah, I could not do it. I mean, the thing about it is like, it really makes you understand that fine line that law enforcement has to walk between, being a law-abiding citizen and being a criminal.
Yeah.
Because that line can become so blurred so easily, and I mean, just I don't know how they do it. Is all I'm saying. Like, I don't know how they can. Keep
I don't know
their
how he
heads every
does it
day
either
and
because
how
I
they can-
commented on that. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck he's still I don't think I could do it for as long, over a year.
Yeah, there's no way. How can you be two people?
Yeah, like that's insane. You can tell it's
I couldn't
really,
do it.
you could tell by,
I mean, that would just
and
kill
he does a good job of acting
Mm-hmm.
in this, in the sense that you can see the stress.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
His
You know?
eyes convey so much without
Yeah.
even having to say much. I mean, like his eyes alone, like when he's having those conversations with her, his eyes alone convey the
He looks-
torture he's going
Yeah, he
through
looks
without even
so
having.
tired.
Yeah, he's completely, just his eyes.
You can
are
tell he's
haunted. They
paranoid
look
and
haunted.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always like, it could be any minute. They're gonna
Yeah,
find out
any
it's
minute.
me.
Mm-hmm.
But until the end, man, it's like I can't believe that of all things that happen, it's another cop that kills him.
Yeah.
There were 2 rats in the fucking precinct the whole time,
Yeah.
and turned. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
insane.
He's like, you thought you were the only one? Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Speaking of the therapist, I really hated her suits. I'm just they bothered me.
They bothered me too.
Thank
Vera's-
you.
Yeah.
They looked, I mean, they're just too manly, I guess. I don't know. They
I
look
didn't think they look manly. A little too baggy, maybe.
that's why they look manly. They look
Oh.
the vest and
They look like they're not hers.
maybe.
I like her though. I think she's. a
I
good
love
actress,
Vera
yeah.
Farmiga. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
yeah.
I just think that like her suits were just awful. Whoever decided that she should wear that was not
Oh.
kind to her. She's a beautiful woman
I remember the first
with a beautiful
movie-
physique. She should.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
they
she's
should.
gorgeous.
They should wear different things.
I remember seeing her. The first thing I ever saw her in was Running Scared with Paul Walker. It was her and Paul
I don't
Walker.
think I've ever seen that.
Oh,
one.
it's such a good movie.
No,
Such a
I
good
haven't
movie.
seen that one.
First thing I ever saw her in was The Conjuring.
Oh yeah, this was way before that. This movie was before that. So,
I think this was actually the first thing I saw her in. Honestly,
I thought I saw her in Running Scared. I think before this.
I forgot about Costello being an FBI informant.
Yeah.
Watching this again,
Yeah, no,
I
I
really
forgot
did.
about that,
I don't know
too.
why I
Yeah.
always forget about that, but I do
also
every
forgot.
single
I
time.
also forgot about Matt Damon's partner or whatever being another
Yeah.
rat in the precinct.
Oh yeah.
So I
Well,
forgot
I mean,
about that.
I knew that there was another rat because I remember the ending, obviously, because it fucking the first time shocked me so much. But I could never remember who it was.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I guess that doesn't matter to me. He dies anyway.
He was such a bland looking person.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
dies anyway. Like he gets shot right away too. So
Mhm.
it doesn't really matter. You're a fucker. You got killed anyway for
Yeah.
being a cockstain. So I don't care. But I just know that it was another cop.
Yeah.
But yeah. Again with the pill trope in this movie, he just pops lorazepam every time he gets anxious. That's not how those pills work. We were talking about with Sin City. It's that same thing where they, just drink pills like water every time they get anxious. That's not how these
Right.
pills work. It just drives
It
me
takes time.
nuts.
It takes
I
time.
don't know.
I don't know. It's just something that bothers me.
I don't really have too many notes on this movie.
No,
What's
I don't-
what's
That's
up with
really all I had.
the Golden Church?
I didn't understand that either. What was so special about that? That view of the church and all that.
It wasn't a church. It was
Or-
the state house. He wanted to be a lawyer.
Oh, that's what.
That was his ultimate goal.
Oh, to be a lawyer.
Who?
Mhm. Matt Damon.
Oh, okay.
It was a constant view of his end goal.
I gotcha. I didn't know that's what it was.
The one guy, when they're sitting on the bench, the guy says it's the state house, right after that whole rugby scene.
Yeah.
And he says, why are you always looking at the state house, fucking lawyers or something like that. And I don't remember what he says back. I think that's when he starts back on the rant about firefighters.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, it's the state house.
Okay.
The cover of Comfortably Numb was horrible.
Oh yeah.
So Vera was pregnant? How'd she
Yeah.
know it wasn't the actual
She
cops?
doesn't know whose it is.
No,
I
it
was
was
gonna
Costigan's.
It would have had to have been because remember
Matt Damon
Matt
couldn't get it
Damon
up.
couldn't even get it up. So he couldn't perform.
Yeah, no,
So
it was
how did he-
definitely Costigan's.
Okay, so how did he think that it was his?
I mean, I'm sure they had their times, but not enough to get pregnant.
Right.
It was
It was definitely heavily referenced that it was Costigan's,
yeah, it's
or that
definitely-
you could be questioning whose it was all in general.
yeah, it was Costigan's.
I just thought it was kind of convenient that she was banging the only two people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Two people.
I'm telling you
that
what,
were
if you
like,
give me the choice between Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm going to take Leo every time.
who wouldn't?
And like
it's
you
Matt
said,
Damon, and like I said, he looks funny.
Yeah.
like you said yesterday, it was she definitely has a type.
She definitely has a type, yeah.
Well, and
Rats and moles.
I don't understand her that whole relationship three-way thing. Like, why? I understand that, like, she thinks that Colin, Matt Damon's character, is like the safe bet, right? Like, because he's like a cop and all that, and Costigan's a bad guy or whatever. But like, she doesn't love him, so like, why is she staying? And why is she continuously moving forward with him? It's
Because
not
I
like
think
she has to.
Right.
I think it was one of those situations for a lot. What it is for a lot of women is that's security. There's security there.
Yeah, but she didn't have anybody before him, and she doesn't have. I mean,
Well, it wasn't. I don't think she really realized that she didn't like him until she actually moved in with him, and he was like, "I don't think your pictures need to go on the wall out here," and those sorts of things,
That
Maybe,
was
but,
weird.
like, that-
Why would he not want? I didn't understand that. Why wouldn't he want his girlfriend?
I think that had something to do with the fact that
I think he's a control freak.
I think that
and-
Jack Nicholson, his character, I think that he didn't want him doing anything other than looking out for Jack Nicholson. You know what I mean? Like, he wanted full control over Matt Damon's character, and whenever that woman would disrupt that.
Well, I think for Matt Damon, I think what she was asking is like, why wouldn't Matt Damon let her hang up her pictures?
That's what I'm saying.
Why?
He's gonna do, because he's like, because remember on the phone he's like, is that bitch of a therapist or whatever, she moving in? I told you she was moving in with me, remember?
Yeah.
He has to like do everything to his every beck and call and
Yeah,
things
but
like
I think
so.
that whole thing with the pictures though is more like Matt Damon, because did you see his apartment? There's nothing out there that's his either.
Oh yeah.
There's no personal items. There's not. I think he's just a very sterile person, and he didn't want her to have anything out either.
Maybe.
That his personality.
I didn't understand why they were like, well, this apartment is very large. Are you sure you need all this space and this and that? It's like, why does that matter? Like,
Why do you care?
yeah, why does it matter, and why does it? I didn't
You're selling
understand
the
that.
property.
Well,
It
I think it
doesn't
depends on
concern
like,
me.
was that a realtor or was that like somebody from the apartment building?
I'm not
Because
sure.
if that's what I'm saying. If it's a realtor, they don't care. But if it's like an apartment manager or something like that showing them the place, they do care.
Why?
Because if you're not going to pay your rent, or if you're going to like ditch out, or if you're going to, you know what I'm saying, they're going to care. But like if you're a
If
realtor
you're
that's
gonna
just
destroy
selling,
the place
Yeah.
or whatever. They
Yeah.
kind of look at your personality when it comes
yeah,
to
they're gonna ask questions that a realtor's not going to ask.
Yeah,
And so that's why I think maybe he was like an apartment manager or something like that.
maybe, I don't know.
Let's see, what else did I have? Oh, the scene with Jack Nicholson in that porn theater cracks me up every
Oh
time.
my
Yeah.
god!
Every
yeah.
time it cracks me up.
That and the scene where he comes into the bar and he sits down and Leo sits down with him and he's like, I got a fucking rat, and he's like doing that rat face, like fucking rat, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, you are going overboard. Like, I think you're losing your shit a little bit more than Jack Nicholson would.
Oh
You know?
yeah.
So it was just, like I said, in some areas I'm like, maybe dial it back a little bit, but it kind of shows his character and where he's kind of lost it.
I think he didn't lose it. He was trying to make them think he lost it.
Maybe.
That was what he was doing. He was making them think that he lost it, because then he goes back and he tells, Queenan, hey, he's losing his shit. It worked.
I also forgot about the guy, the other undercover cop, who got shot and died, and he's like, "Why didn't I rat your fucking ass out?" Right before he passed away, and then turns out he was actually a cop too.
He wasn't. He said that was a cover. That was a cover on the news.
No, he was a cop.
No, he was a cop.
Oh, I thought the mafia or whatever.
No, because remember right before he died, he said, "Ask me why I didn't turn you in."
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's why, because he was a cop too.
He was a cop too. Yeah, only he had been in for how long?
a lot longer.
Yeah,
He
Oh
was
man, like
longer
8
than-
years or
yeah,
something. They said he was like his number 3 man for like
Yeah.
8 years or some
something
shit.
like that, yeah.
Good lord.
I couldn't imagine. But I don't think he actually had drew as much attention to himself as Leonardo DiCaprio's character did.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Yeah.
he was just like another little
Yeah, he was like, well, he was slow in his inching
yeah,
in. Like, I'm sure he started out like way down here and just
and
kind
then
of
just kind of worked his way up.
Yeah.
Whereas Leonardo DiCaprio's character went in like
Bull-
a fucking bull.
bull in
So,
a china shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be paranoid if I was a bull in a china shop too.
I really kind of hated Vera Farmiga in this movie.
She was kind of a back and forth kind of character that I thought
She
that contradicted herself.
She
a lot.
was really terrible to Costigan. She was unfair to him.
I didn't-
100%. I don't care if he's a criminal and she thinks he's a criminal. She was unfair to him.
maybe
Like I constantly think of the one scene where he shows up looking horrible, by the way, like just like he's ready to break down, right? And she walks up to him like she's going to comfort him, runs her fingers through his hair, embraces him, and then pulls back and says, "I can't be a friend to you."
I didn't see a point for her being
Listen,
in the movie.
bitch. Don't go near him then. Just look at him and say, I can't do this. I can't be anything to you. I'm sorry. Don't walk up and embrace him like you're going to comfort him.
like but you can't.
She
sit
constantly was back and forth with
back. You
him
can't
all the
even
time
sit
like
back
that.
and say she's the worst person. in
No,
this
no.
fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like,
No, she isn't, but she was the worst to him and he didn't deserve it.
right.
Out of all the characters in this movie,
Oh, he got
He
the shaft.
he
for
yeah,
sure.
constantly. And
Yeah.
she, of all people, didn't need to do that to him.
Right.
Mhm.
That was like I don't know. And then I wonder, like, did she use him to get pregnant?
Possible. That's a good possibility, honestly.
You know?
To try to keep Matt.
Right.
I don't know.
I didn't really see a point for her being there.
Yeah, but
She
anyway.
didn't help the story at all.
Right.
I mean, she did. She furthered the whole, like Matt Damon's character. I think she helped to further that.
Kind of show his character a little.
Show a
bit more.
personal side to him that we didn't get. You know, like because he's sort of like this macho character, and to show that he had like a problem in the bedroom and stuff like that, it sort of helps you to understand that like he's not.
Well, it also helped with Leonardo DiCaprio's character too, because it showed that he wasn't lost in what he was doing. He was still human. He was still a
yeah.
good person.
Mhm, absolutely.
You know, because if they didn't have her there to show that side of him,
Mhm.
then you would just think that, dude, this guy has just lost it.
Yeah, maybe he's
So,
all the way in now.
Yeah, maybe he's all the way in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was good to have that sort of dynamic. Now, do I think that they could have split them two characters, her character up into two different people?
She is in the original because this is based on Infernal Affairs, which is a Japanese or Chinese.
You say, I think that if they would have split her up
She's
into two
actually
separate characters, it probably
she's actually I think 3 different people in the original.
Mm.
So she's like an amalgamation of those characters. I've never seen it. Jeremiah has it. I keep meaning to watch it. But yeah, that's what this is based on.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought this was. But I
No,
mean,
it's not.
I could see
original.
this. I could see her being split up into at least two different characters.
I think it's either 2 or 3, but I think 3. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
I smell Oreos.
Okay.
I'm hungry. Sorry.
Are you
Sorry, that was
out?
so random. No.
That's all my notes. If everybody's
That's all my
everybody's
notes
got
too.
notes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eric has like 2 notes.
Yeah,
I have
totally.
like 4 or 5 notes, so I'm with you, man. I didn't like this is
I
the
was-
kind of movie I was just like,
enjoying
I
the
don't think.
movie most
I was
of
like,
it.
yeah, I was like, I just don't feel like taking notes on this movie.
I did write down Mark Wahlberg has huge nostrils.
I mean, I was just enjoying the
Huge
movie, so
nostrils.
I wasn't
Me too.
like.
Anyway, damn, I didn't write down any times. Oh, I hate
We
myself
dude,
right
pa-
now.
Like we've
Pause.
literally been pausing and like
I haven't been writing down any
Directing
fucking
traffic.
times. All right, well, we're
Okay.
gonna get into rate and review at an.
Let's rock out that bitch.
You good?
she was
Yeah.
stopping us from talking,
Oh.
so that way you.
All right,
hear-
well, let's review this bitch. Let's start with Madison.
I
Oh, see, you almost forgot it,
I did. I almost forgot.
but you didn't. That was the
I
thing.
didn't.
I didn't fall asleep, which was weird because I was really tired last night. Like Gizmo made me want to fall asleep, but I didn't fall asleep. I watched the movie and I hate cop movies. I hate
They
a
can't-
lot of movies.
If
I
they're
keep
if they're not
noticing
good,
that
they
about
can be very
myself.
boring.
I mean, it wasn't that boring. The end had me. No, I wouldn't say it had me hooked on it, but sorry. It was an okay movie. I did like the music in it. The music was good. So, and I recognized a lot of the actors from it. That one guy, he looked like he was from Harry Potter. He did. The old cop chief guy, the one that died
Martin Sheen.
falling off
Martin
the
Sheen.
building. Yeah.
Martian.
She's
That
like,
was so
isn't
sad.
she was like, isn't he in Harry Potter? I was
His
like,
blood
no,
squirting
not at
over
all.
the
Yeah. Do you want me to rate it too? Yeah.
Yeah, that's how this goes.
Yeah, I know.
That's generally how this works.
I know.
That's how this usually goes.
I'll give it like 4.5.
4.5. Wow,
Yeah.
damn. She just took a shit.
Hey,
on this
Martin, you hear this?
movie. Yeah, apparently not appealing to the 15-year-old crowd.
Step
Rough.
your game, buddy.
Rough.
Eric, what do you got?
I actually really enjoyed the movie.
Oh man, you're boring.
I
Sorry.
enjoyed the dialogue, cinematography. It had some great scenes, great drama, great action. The score to the movie, really enjoyed that. Really didn't have a whole lot of cons. I mean, I don't see any real big issues in the movie, so
Right.
I have to give it like an 8.5.
8.5.
I
We just-
enjoyed the movie.
We just found Eric's type of movie.
No,
Karen,
I
what do
mean,
you-
I just was stuck in it.
Yeah, you
know?
were into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, I thought Matt Damon kind of put on a lot of thickness on how much he hated firefighters. But that's like the only con
He
I
really hated
had.
firefighters.
Man.
Fucking faggots.
And he just kept on calling. I'm like, oh, okay, man, I get it. You don't like firefighters. Fuck.
If you don't-
Maybe-
if you
maybe-
like them so much, why don't you fuck them?
Yeah. Why don't you go join them?
I think that was the problem we had with them, really.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't want them.
Right. Karen, what do you think?
Okay, so really the only thing that I can say that I thought was bad was, you know, the mass processor or mass whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it was. And
Literally,
the accents from Jack Nicholson kind of waving in and out.
that literally didn't even look like it was a building, like a
Yeah, it literally
looked
the
like
computer
an
generated.
No, it looked like it was an office space, like in a mall strip.
Yeah.
That's what it looked
Yeah,
like.
like Martin, you can do better than that. I've seen you do better than that. Yeah, like the everything else is amazing. I mean, there's not much you can really ding for this movie. There's
Right.
really not. I really want to go higher than an 8.5, but it's really hard to
Yeah,
because
that's
I mean,
why I stopped at 8.5.
you're getting kind of close to 10 at that point, and
Yeah.
10 is impossible.
Mhm.
But you know what? I'll go 9. I'll go 9 on this one.
All right,
It's damn near perfect. The ending, again.
Definitely.
I think
throws
we
you
found
for a
Karen's
loop.
kind of movie too.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, if you can make me surprised at the end of a movie, because I've seen a shit ton of stuff, you're doing something.
I think for me,
Plus, I have to balance out Madison's 4.5.
right.
Yeah, we got to.
So I think for me, I think that the movie is a good movie. It's a very good movie. But this is one of those movies that once you've seen it once, there's no rewatch factor for me. So I like cop movies, but most of the time I can only watch them once. Very few movies are rewatchable in my opinion that are like this. Like I could say, but they'd have to be like almost horror movies or thrillers. Kind of like Seven. Seven is a cop procedural that I could watch over and over again because it's a
Sure.
fucking fantastic
Mhm.
movie. But this movie, it's just kind of like you've seen it once, you know what happens. You know the shock is no longer there. But it's still a good movie. It's still very well written. It's very well directed. Very well acted.
I based the end on the first time I watched it because
I get
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
that's-
but I
so
see
fun.
I see it as how rewatch. Like if I'm gonna buy this, like a 9 is something you buy on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I have it on Blu-ray.
I'm just saying. So, but for me, I don't want this on Blu-ray because I'm never gonna why would I want to rewatch it whenever there's no surprise factor to it?
I also look at it as something like I'd be like, oh, you gotta watch this, and like I would watch
hand
it with people.
yeah. But I think for me, there's a lot of great things to love about it. I mean, I love the banter, especially with Mark Wahlberg and
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin, all
Yeah.
that shit.
Plus, it's Boston. I fucking love
It's Boston. Anything with Boston, like in their accents and shit, is just great. You
Fucking
love
love
hearing
Boston.
the dialogue. So, but I think for me, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna give it a 7. It's a good movie. That's what a 7 tells me. So it's a good movie. You know, it's definitely worth a watch. It's definitely worth telling people to watch. You know, and I know that it should be higher, but for me, it's just not.
Oh, it's
Like
your
I think
shit.
that
Yeah,
I know
you
that's
own
what I'm
it.
saying. Like
Yeah.
for me, it's just not because it's a good movie, but it's not a great movie. I mean, it is a great movie, but it's not a movie that I could go back and rewatch several times. And to me, anything over a 7 is something I can go back and rewatch and rewatch and rewatch.
Yeah.
So it would have to be more than a 7 for me to feel that way. And I just don't feel that way with this movie.
Sure.
I watched it once, and this time it'd be twice. And I can't foresee myself rewatching it anytime soon, unless, like you said, you know, you got somebody that's never seen it before that you're like that are into these kinds of movies or
I
something.
love
you know?
watching movies like this with somebody, and like it gets to like the end.
that
you know,
part.
You're like,
Yeah,
You're not
you want to
watching-
see that
you're not watching
reaction.
the movie, you're watching
them. Yeah, because you want to see their reaction.
yeah.
I almost looked back at Madison too because I knew this part. Was
You
coming
didn't
up.
hear me?
What?
I said,
Yeah.
I remember the first time I actually this might be the fourth time I watched this actually because I watched it with Jenny and Chris when I first bought it I think, and I remember Jenny when Leo got shot and I knew it was coming, and when he got shot she was like, what the fuck, what the fuck, you know. I just remember her reaction, just what the, we had to pause the movie because she couldn't stop saying what the fuck, you know, like it was,
It's one of those movies that really just punches you in the gut. It's
Yeah.
that moment that punches you in the gut.
it does.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it, we saw this guy struggle this whole movie.
You wanted to see him get
You
out.
wanted to see him succeed, but he fails ultimately. And you're
Yeah.
like, God damn it. you
through
know?
no fault of his own.
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, like I said, a 7 for me. That's what I do.
Okay, so the aggregate's 7.25.
Which sounds about right whenever you got a 15-year-old on your podcast, too. So,
Way to bring it down, man.
way to bring it down, Madison.
boy, you want from all general ages or whatever, right? Here
Right.
I am.
Hey, it is what it is, man. It's not for
No,
everybody.
that's why you're here.
Oh, boy. All right, let's check out that Rotten Tomatoes.
Maters.
Rotten Maters. If I can get some fucking service down here.
The critics are gonna love it, aren't they?
Oh,
I don't-
100%.
No? Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
76.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, I'm going 84.
I'm going 80.
All right, well, let me get there.
Well, we're giving ours.
It's already done.
We're done.
We're
we're
not
waiting on
saying it
you.
again.
We're done.
Did you write down that we're doing Rotten Tomatoes? No, wait. This is store
That's,
reviews.
that's
Never
part
mind.
of the reviews, yeah.
Never mind. I'm just trying to help you out, man.
What the fuck? Where's it at? There it is. Okay.
It's under RottenTomatoes.com.
All right, what's your guys'
I said 84.
84?
80.
I
80.
said my number.
What is it?
I said it.
Well, I don't know what it is,
76.
so you lose.
76.
All right, say it all again.
80,
76,
84.
84. Karen's going to take it. It's 91%.
Really?
91% certified fresh.
And I was gonna guess 90.
Audience, I'm gonna say is 87.
Maybe what?
87.
Okay, I'm going to go 80.
76.
Karen's going to take this too. It's
I did.
94%. It's actually higher than the critics.
I can believe that.
Yeah. So critics' consensus is featuring outstanding work from an excellent cast. The Departed is a thoroughly engrossing gangster drama with a gritty authenticity and soupy morality we come to expect from Martin Scorsese. So there's that. Let's find some shitty fucking reviews
Yes,
on
please.
this. Because I can't wait to see what they say. I got episode
It's
5
better,
episodes
like-
in.
It's better when you find movies like this where everybody's like, I love it, I love it, I love it. I want to hear somebody say you hate it. Like, I want to hear,
Meh.
like,
Yeah.
shit.
I want to hear someone
Yes.
say meh again.
Meh.
Meh.
Eh.
It's going to be hard too because this is such a highly rated movie.
Yeah. What was the other
So-
movie we had that with?
They should have a-
It was Joker.
Joker.
We couldn't find, like, hardly anything
They
bad.
should have a filter where you can click on like 1 stars only.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't.
Yeah, why
It
don't
seems
they?
like Eric always finds the ones where, like, they're not even talking about...
That's because we always give
Or
him the
they-
shitty ones.
No, like, he always finds, like, what was it? The Matrix, where they were talking about, like, the Pinhead and...
all that other bullshit.
Yeah, I was like,
Harold
what the
and-
fuck are they even talking
Yeah,
about?
that was...
The Hansons.
Yeah.
Well, what?
Okay, well, I found a 2-star.
Okay, we'll go with it.
An Oscar for The Departed? Like, question mark. Good consolation prize for one of the best directors of all time. Despite of despite of the previous fact, The Departed only deserved respect for its montage, direction, and Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson was like,
What?
Not even the best
nothing
part
about
of this
that made
movie.
any sense. I don't even know.
Which one was that?
he was the bad guy.
Here's another
the
two.
mob boss.
There's another
Joker?
2-star.
Yeah, the Joker.
Scorsese's film are almost never disappointed me, but this one did. A smart spy thriller with great music and acting that manages to maintain suspense. However, it is an unoriginal film that seems to have ripped off almost all its twists, details, and plot from the Hong Kong movie Internal Affairs.
It's a fucking
It's a remake.
Mm-hmm.
It's a remake of that
That's
movie.
what they do.
You should have done your research a little bit better there, pal person. There's no name. So,
Anonymous.
Jesus.
Let's say when they put their name on it because they couldn't commit.
So
Did it say anonymous or did it just say?
It doesn't say.
It said I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah,
that's what their name was.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, here's a 1-star.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! This guy's name is Dude D. I'm gonna go Dude Dick. Dude Douche. This is a very poor Scorsese film. Yes, it glitters, but it is
Glitters?
polished.
What
It
is
is
it?
polished, not
Edward.
gold. Oh my god, this guy here. It is polished, not gold. The script is ludicrous in both plot, credibility, and character dialogue. It is
polished shit chandelier.
It isn't fun either. To counteract the faults, okay, just pace, scene. Wait. Just pace, scene, pace, scene, pace. Knit one pearl one.
Huh?
Are they speaking
What?
English?
I think so. A windsock of a movie. What? A windsock of a movie that blows.
Where's
That
this guy
We already
from?
talked about Nope.
A windsock. That's what we're gonna start calling it now. It's a windsock.
Yeah, no, it was a vagina, wasn't it?
I
Some
don't-
kind of
yeah,
green
something like
vagina
that,
with
yeah.
a sock or
A
something. I don't
windsock
remember.
of a movie that blows in the overinflated wind of stardom. Like watching planes land at a high-tech international airport. A great time? No. So many derivative reviews.
That was a wild fucking ride.
Yeah.
All right, but here's a 1/2-star.
About fell asleep
Oh
during
my
that.
god, dude. The ones that are like low scores are like really weird. All right, here's a 1/2-star. This movie emphasizes the cultural and moral decline of America. It has
Okay.
no artistic value and is
Holy
just a
shit.
long string of blood and murder. It relies on some very cheesy cliches. First, not only is it a cop movie, but it's a cop versus cop movie. How boring. Second, buckets of blood. Third, they loaded up with some of the best male actors in the world and got them to regurgitate a million F-bombs as well as some more cliches. Come on, man. Sorry, that was my Joe Biden impression. Fourth, throw in a romance by story. Ugh.
So
How did the critics and the public give good ratings to this movie? Overall rating, pathetic. Wow, dude. You're really shitting on it, aren't
People
you?
really don't like cops, do they?
No, this guy just was being a douche. He was born to hate things.
Oh.
Yeah, he blamed it for everything
That's
that's
all
wrong
I'm
with
gonna
America.
read. That's
Yeah.
all I'm gonna read on that nonsensical nonsense. All right, well, that's all for reviews. Let's get into some motherfucking trivia.
Okay.
okay.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
All right.
And we're back. Karen, please take over.
Trivia.
I'm gonna do things a little bit differently since like there's always
Oh no, we can't
Oh,
change things up now.
You're fucking it
no,
up,
you know how
Karen.
like they always have like different castings that they were gonna like cast this person, they're gonna do, you know.
Yeah.
So I actually kind of like put them at the top, so that way we didn't have them like randomly throughout.
What?
So for Costello, Al Pacino was the first choice by Scorsese, but Pacino turned it down.
Why?
I don't know.
Whatever.
I
So
think Pacino
disappointed.
I mean, I'm just wondering why.
I think
Pacino would turn
Pacino would have probably. Well, I don't know. Pacino. I don't know if he could.
I don't know if he would have been a better choice.
Yeah, because he does New York so well. I don't know how he would do for
but
Boston.
the fact that he turned it down kind of blows my mind a little bit because I'm like, why would he turn down a Scorsese film?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird.
Colin Sullivan. He had Brad Pitt lined up, but he turned it down to be in Babel. But he did stay on as
Sullivan.
Brad Pitt. Oh, Sullivan was Matt Damon.
Okay.
He did stay on as a producer under he and then wife.
I did see that.
Yeah, Jen Aniston's company, Plan B, Dignam, Ray Liotta. He reluctantly declined due to other commitments at the time. Dennis Leary, but he turned it down because of his show Rescue Me, scheduling conflicts. But he did hold Mark Wahlberg's performance in very high regard. Ethan Hawke was also considered. Madeline, Kate Winslet, Emily Blunt, Hilary Swank, Jennifer Aniston. All of these were Martin Scorsese's picks. Because,
They all seem like pretty good picks, though.
yeah, and he wanted to offer them to a more well-known actress, but they ended up going with Vera Farmiga. I don't know why. That's just who they had lined up. And Tyler Perry actually publicly expressed interest in playing the role that eventually went to Anthony Anderson. I just found that kind of interesting because, I mean, Tyler Perry, he's played some pretty good dramatic roles.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, it lends to what we were talking about. Like, he picked
Right.
Anthony Anderson over Tyler Perry.
That's so weird.
play that
Yeah,
role.
I don't understand why he picked Anthony Anderson.
Yeah.
I guess maybe he's just a fan of him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good actor. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but he's not like one of them actors that people are like, oh man, we got to get Anthony Anderson in here for this. you know?
Right. I picked this one to be first because it literally like nailed everything that I felt about Leonardo DiCaprio's character. Leonardo DiCaprio described his character as being in a constant 24-hour panic attack.
Yeah.
Vera Farmiga met with a real LAPD psychiatrist to prepare for her role. The psychiatrist read the script and told Farmiga that Madeline did pretty much everything wrong.
No shit.
No shit.
Like banging her fucking.
Well,
Clients
she
and
wasn't.
everything
They weren't. You know, she handed him off. Remember?
Handing him the drugs.
Leonardo DiCaprio called his one-on-one scene with Jack Nicholson one of the most memorable moments of my life. When Frank walks off with the Angel Kids, the yacht in the background is the same yacht Jordan Belfort owns in The Wolf of Wall Street. Martin Scorsese did not realize this was a remake of a Hong Kong movie until after he had agreed to direct it, and he deliberately chose not to watch Infernal Affairs, the original that this is based on, until after he completed this film. Yeah, the kid even got the fucking title wrong. It's Infernal Affairs, not Internal Affairs.
He might have said Infernal. Maybe I read it wrong.
No, we're gonna go with he got it
Yeah,
wrong.
we're gonna say he got it. You fucking retard.
In the scene when Leonardo DiCaprio is at the airport, the little girl that is seen with the pink backpack is Martin Scorsese's daughter, Francesca.
Oh.
Leonardo DiCaprio gained 15 pounds of muscle for his role as Billy Costigan. Matt Damon decided his character should be impotent to counter Frank's macho personality. Jack Nicholson refused to wear a Boston Red Sox hat during filming and instead wore his New York Yankees cap. I thought that was kind of weird too. Like whenever I seen, I was like, "You're in Boston, man. You're gonna get shot." Well, maybe
He's
you
a huge Yankees fan, I think.
Oh,
isn't
Yeah.
That's why he wouldn't wear the Boston.
he? Yeah.
Couldn't. He'd probably burst into flame. Screenwriter William Monahan envisioned a sequel to the film, citing that would have focused on overlooked aspects of the first film, such as political correction. Monahan had watched the sequels to the original film on which this movie was based, but felt that a potential sequel would have gone in a different direction set by this film. Mark Wahlberg also indicated that Dignam would have been the main character in this film. I would have loved to see that, actually.
Yeah.
Colin Sullivan's apartment does not exist. The view of the Massachusetts State House was an effect shot from the roof of Suffolk University, which is the law school where Sullivan says he is taking night classes. Originally, this remake was planned with Brad Pitt as Colin Sullivan and Tom Cruise as Billy Costigan. The roles of the Triad Boss and his translator were originally intended as cameo appearances for Andy Lau and Tony Lang Chow-Wai, I don't know, the stars of the original Infernal Affairs. When receiving the top award from the Directors Guild of America for this film, Martin Scorsese said that this is the first movie I've ever done with a plot. When the film won the Oscar for Best Picture, Martin Scorsese said that he was surprised the film had won. Scorsese said that because the film is such a tough, nasty, and violent film, he never thought about the idea of awards while he was filming it. Leonardo DiCaprio visited Boston and met with people tied to the Irish mob. At around 1 hour and 17 minutes, Frank Costello attended the opera Lucia de l'Amour. This is a musical homage to Scarface, as Paul Muni's character would often whistle the sextet from this opera whenever he killed someone. The microprocessors act as a MacGuffin, a device which only serves merely as a trigger for the plot, as per Hitchcock's definition. The mass processor company's microprocessor, shown in the movie is really an ST Microelectronics microcontroller released in 2003 and intended for applications such as MP3 players, GPS devices, and car radios.
I really did think that the whole computer chip thing was like, what the fuck? What does it even do?
It's a
A
MacGuffin device, yeah.
Yeah.
These and they were used for MP3 players, GPS devices, and car radios. They went for around $7 at the time this movie was released, even though in the movie they were stated to go for $100,000 each and used for nukes, even though they definitely weren't used for that.
That's so fucking
Right? That's why I put it in there. Crack me up.
That's what I was like, why?
Because
why?
it lends to the whole, like, the name of the company, Mass Processors.
Yeah,
and, like,
this is definitely like the computer
whole
chip thing was like, I was like, why though?
that whole computer chip thing is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's stupid as fuck. I'm like, this is dumb. They couldn't be dealing like, I don't know, like fucking 1,000 kilos of coke
Yeah,
or
couldn't
something.
you be dealing in like
drugs?
Could you be an arms dealer or something?
Yeah, or something, or guns, or anything. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
arms
Like,
dealer. That's
yeah.
what like guns.
Why,
like,
why fucking computer chips for nukes? Like,
yeah.
like these fucking. Why do they care about fucking nuke? Like, they're the Irish mob.
They
don't
were
give-
selling it to the Chinese.
I get that, but like, how the fuck did they get them in the first place?
Well, I don't know. I never really
It's a
understood
movie,
that.
Dad.
I never really understood that shit anyway, because like if they get nukes, they're gonna blow everyone up.
Yeah,
including
like I didn't
you.
understand it.
Anyway.
Whatever though.
Included among the 1001 movies you must see before you die. At around 1 hour and 17 minutes, the scene where Frank Costello throws cocaine on hookers was one of the many bizarre ideas contributed by Jack Nicholson.
That was a stupid scene. didn't
I
like it.
agree. But I put this in here because who also suggested wearing the strap on for the scene with Matt Damon in the porn theater. Just because that part, I love that part.
It was a
No.
very dark penis.
Yeah, and that was his idea too. So like, I put that in there because of that, because that
He
part
had
cracked
some
me up.
weird ideas for this movie.
Actually, most scenes with Jack Nicholson were improvised. Nicholson was given the opportunity to do whatever he wanted to add to the character's unpredictability.
No way.
Yeah, the scene where Billy and Frank are talking was loosely scripted, and many surprises happened in it, including Frank pulling out the gun. Martin Scorsese expresses the highly unpleasant experience in making the film. He states, "Moral ground zero, I call it. All the characters killed at the end, basically everyone, and there was no place to go after that. You know, I hardly did any press for that film. I was tired of it. I felt it was maddening. I mean, I liked the picture, but the process of making it, particularly in the post-production, was highly unpleasant. I don't care how much I was being paid. It was killing me. Very simply. I can see that." At the beginning of the film, Frank Costello instructs the store clerk to fill a brown paper bag. I actually said this. With various groceries for the kid, Colin Sullivan, notably a couple of loaves of bread and a couple of quarts of milk. In the last scene of the film, we see adult Colin Sullivan walking into his apartment with a paper bag full of groceries. Two of the items you can see in the bag during this scene are a couple of loaves of bread and a couple of quarts of milk. Every time an X shape appears in a scene, someone dies. This was an homage to Scarface. I did notice that this time around. Of the 5 movies that Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio have collaborated on, this is the only one in which DiCaprio's character dies.
What other movies have they collaborated in?
The only one I can come up with is Gangs of New York.
Gangs of New York.
Did
Did he do Wolf of Wall Street?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I haven't, admittedly, I have not watched a lot of Scorsese.
I've seen some of it.
I don't particularly care for mob. I
I
mean, like
do. I think it's okay, but then it's like
it all follows the same formula, so
Yeah.
I just kind of.
it's
I
a
mean,
bunch
some
of
are
like,
good.
it's a bunch of good guys, you know, a bunch
Yeah.
of good fellas and this and that, you know, like fuck
Some
that,
are
dude.
good.
All gangs, blah blah blah, whatever.
Some are good. So I don't know.
Is that all you had for trivia then?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then, people.
Wait. Is there a pause for you?
For what?
Yes, write down your times.
I already did.
That's
No,
it?
there's no pause
Trivia
for
was
this.
the last one.
Yeah.
Losing my
Sorry.
mind.
So, oh yeah, we gotta draw a movie for next week. Karen,
Yeah.
pick a
it's my
movie.
turn.
Yeah.
Pick a movie.
Shake it
Why
up.
are you grabbing it? Why are you taking it? Ew.
She's showing all your stuff.
She shook it. Did it.
I shook it, did it.
Pick something. Please pick something fun.
I'm trying.
I'm waiting for. Did you put in Spirited Away yet?
Is it
Oh
fun?
God.
It's the Goonies.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
All right.
All right. The Goonies.
I can.
Thank God. It's something.
We need something not dark.
Yeah,
Nah,
something
I'll
not
wear- I'll
dark.
wear my
Something
Chuck-
fun.
my
Of course,
Chuck-
I mean, Edward Scissorhands wasn't dark, but
I'll wear my chunk
Right.
outfit.
Yeah. But the
It's
Goonies,
the
like,
Goonies!
Yeah,
but the
do
Goonies
that.
is more fun though. Like
It's so
It's
lighthearted.
so lighthearted and fun.
They used to
and-
make me
We
do
just
the
talked about
truffle
the Goonies,
shuffle.
not
to
too
We
long
just
ago.
watched the Goonies like a couple.
You
months
guys are
ago.
so
Yeah.
mean.
Huh? We watched it. You watched it with us.
No, you guys are so mean.
Why?
You made him do the truffle shuffle.
I
didn't make him do anything.
I never.
I
He did it all
Bullshit.
on his own.
Oh,
he liked
okay.
It's not like we held a gun to his head and said, "Do this."
it. He liked it.
He's like, "I'm getting attention from the older people. I'll do the truffle shuffle."
Wait, he can do it next week
The truffle
Oh.
shuffle.
on camera.
I think he should.
I don't think I have it in me anymore.
Are you gonna wear your?
I'd have to find it.
He has a
I
chunk
have a chunk outfit.
costume.
Oh, you should totally wear that
It's
next
the
week.
red with the.
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
I don't know if-
Hawaiian
I don't
shirt
know
and
if I can
pants.
That's what we
Yes.
need to start doing, dressing up as characters when we do
For
these
the
fucking
movies.
shows. Yeah. I should have came in as Jack Nicholson, like,
If we do Beetlejuice,
Yeah.
I have the Lydia outfit. I have the
Yeah.
the Lydia.
I'd come in dressed as
Garb.
Data.
As
I
who?
could be a little
Beely?
Asian dude. But booty traps. I got the booty traps.
I gotta get you a trench coat.
A trench coat. Yeah. Yep.
With a
Who would I
little
be?
Boxing glove comes out.
Okay.
You would have to be the cheerleader girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, then I gotta be Martha Plimpton.
What was wrong with her?
She was.
She had
mean.
mouth.
I guess I was mean too.
Yeah.
I'm mean.
You were a
too.
dick to mouth.
Yeah.
Why do I have to be the cheerleader?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll be Martha Plimpton.
There were no other females. Her and her friend. That was it.
I have a lot more sass than you, so that's why I'm Martha Plimpton and you're the cheerleader. Sorry.
I'm not that peppy.
That and you have short hair. And You
Yeah.
have long hair.
Yeah.
That's how it works
I'm gonna
out.
chop all my hair off. Look just like you.
I'd say I could be the older brother, but the older brother is Josh Brolin. He's way more fit than me. I'm Josh Brolin as a dad.
He's aged.
We're not
Age.
actually dressing up as these
Where's it?
people.
Where's this? Street?
I don't have any Martha Plimpton gear. So.
But I do think that Eric should dress up as
Chunk
as
next
Chunk.
Yeah, he's got the outfit already, is what I'm saying.
So.
I have pictures of it where I was at
Yeah.
Jess's party.
So anyway, next week we are going to be talking about the Goonies, which
I have the theme song. We could play the theme song.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think that this one will be a fun one. I think this one will be fun.
yeah.
I love the Goonies.
Me too.
So, it's a classic. Everybody loves the Goonies.
Where's it streaming?
Oh,
Yeah.
hold up. Whole everything.
Hold up.
If
Hey.
you
I'm
need
sure
it,
it's
though,
on
I own
HBO.
it too, so.
Yeah, I mean, I know I can watch it. I'm sure it's on
She's
HBO or
faster
Hulu.
than me. She's already getting it.
I put the goodies.
Goodies.
The Goodies. Like, you're on the wrong app for that.
I know. HBO Max and Tubi.
That's what I thought.
Okay. I think
We
I-
have
HBO
it
Max
on
has
Tubi.
I
everything.
say we have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it on
this one.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, I mean, I have no worries about where I can watch it at. Just,
Yeah. So anyway, next week's the Goonies. And don't forget, people. Like, share, subscribe. Check us out on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and of course YouTube and Rumble. Please
When you
like.
say that, you sound like that wrestling guy. Let's get ready
Let's
to
get
rumble.
ready to rumble and comment.
Oh
And like, share, and subscribe.
You already said that.
I just let me do this. You're always
Let
just
him
like,
get
you
through
already did that. You already did that. I'm about to tape you to the fucking wall.
You say that too much.
one episode we should do it.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna tape her head to the table.
right here.
Just that's it. Like, it's just gonna be on. The whole time she's gonna be taped to the fucking table.
Like I said, just tape her right here.
Yeah.
Just like.
And every time we want to hear something out of her, we just hold a mic up to her face. Like,
Every
all right, what do you
time-
think?
Every
All right, that's
time,
enough.
every time you say that, you sound like Bill Burr. I'll put
Problem
you through
child.
a fucking wall.
Problem child. Tape her sideways.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And don't forget, we have an email if you want to contact us directly. The bonsaimovie@gmail.com. Am I forgetting anything? Oh, don't forget to rate us on Spotify and all that good stuff. And yeah, that helps a lot. So do that.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Your family. We're a little slap happy. I apologize.
Yeah, it's a little late for us. We started really late today.
Yeah.
So, like, it's past some people's bedtimes.
It's past my bedtime.
Past Karen's bedtime.
Yeah.
So, anyway, see us
I'm
next
the one
week
over
for
here
the
yawning.
Goonies. Bye.
Okay, bye.
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 Bye.